So Report Manager, what is it? It's a VM-based appliance. You can run it in either VMware or Hyper-V. It provides monitoring for your Actifio CDS or Sky environment. Now you can monitor 1, you can monitor 30, you can monitor 50. If you had separate organizations in your company and you wanted to have one instance of Report Manager watching half, we'll say 10, and another instance watching another 10, we could do that as well. It's a browser-based UI, so anywhere where you can connect to your network and you've got good routing to get from the machine that you've opened the browser on to your Actifio environment, you can access all of this information. It doesn't require a special installer. Once you've got the Report Manager installed in the VM, any place you can access your environment via a web browser, you can get all this information. Now, even more importantly, and this is how we kind of trim down into 10 minutes a day, is we can pre-select some reports and we can have them automatically run and mailed to us every single day. So ostensibly, we actually, once we've set it up, we don't even need to look at Report Manager. We can just rely on those scheduled reports. We can open up our email, see what it has to tell us. If we see something that's maybe confusing or interesting, or we want to dig in, we can obviously do a deep dive into Report Manager to see exactly what's going on. But just as far as a quick daily administration, we can have those reports mailed. You don't even need to log in. And so what does it do? Okay, well, we just kind of talked about what it does, but what does it do that matters to you? How is it going to save you time? How is it going to save you money? How is it going to make your life better? So how does it save us time? It allows us to monitor all Actifio appliances in a single UI. Now, anybody who's used our desktop client can understand maybe some of the frustration that could come along with having to open 50 different CDS or Sky desktops to take a look and see what's going on. And that's, I really think, where Report Manager, for a quick at a glance what's going on in my system, is an incredible tool, simply because it avoids having to open all of those desktop instances. You can see it all reflected right in front of you. It saves you time by allowing you to create reports one time and then set them up to be mailed to you every single day in perpetuity. Again, I just mentioned, once we've got those reports set up, if there's nothing really interesting, we're not onboarding new apps, we're not trying to figure out why something unexpected happens, you really don't even have to log into Report Manager. You just set these reports up and just let them go. It can also save you time if you have some reporting you need to do on your environment. We all have bosses, we all have management and directors and executives. And it's not uncommon for these folks to want to know how the environment's being managed. How much storage are we using? Are we consuming 60%? Are we at 80% in that sweet spot? Have we gone over to 90? And a lot of times it's the Actifio administration team, which generally is going to be some mix of a sysadmin and a network team. They need to then report to their leadership teams on all of these questions, all these metrics, and provide some analytics. Well, you don't need to make these reports anymore. You can actually set up these reports, set them to be automatically run, and you could just put the members of the leadership team who are looking for this sort of analysis and metrics, you could just have these reports automatically mailed to them. So once you've created just the right report that satisfies all of your reporting requirements, you could just automate it. You only ever have to do it once. Now, if the UI version doesn't work for you, maybe you've got some third-party software, maybe you're an MSP, maybe you're leasing part of your environment to another organization, and you need to extract that data from Report Manager and present it in a spreadsheet. Maybe you need to do some of your own analytics. Maybe you're running some billing metrics against some of the different organizational storage usage. You can export all of these reports as CSVs. You could use them in Google Sheets, Excel, Oracle, SQL databases, whatever works for you. Now, what else does Report Manager do? It's going to save us some money. And this is really, I think, one of the most valuable parts of Report Manager. So we have reports on snapshot and dedupe pool consumption. We also do vDisk resource consumption. And the best part is we do resource forecasting. And I'm going to show you examples of all these things that I've just talked about in this slide as we go on. The resource forecasting is invaluable. We actually do some of the trend analysis and forecasting projection of storage use. We actually put a nice trend line right on the screen so you can actually see where that trend line intersects your storage capacity, and you'll know exactly when you're going to be out of disk. As we all know, it's cheaper to prevent an issue than it is to fix an issue. So if we know today we're going to need disks in 2 months, let's just go ahead and get them ordered. Because if we wait that 2 months and we run out of physical disk or vDisks and now we can't snap or we can't restore, now we're in fire drill mode, and those are very, very expensive. The resources from different leadership teams that have to get involved, obviously the expeditious delivery of more storage, all of these things have a premium price tag on them. And we can avoid that entire situation by just looking at some of this forecasting a month or two ahead of time and just making sure we plan properly and we never actually hit that point of storage contention. Thank you for joining us for another YouTube Tech Tip video. If you like the content you're seeing on this channel, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you will be alerted to any future content.